Howdy everybody, this is TJ. I will be your host right here on the Resin Detra channel, formerly Go Figure News. And as you know, several months back, or if you didn't know, we went ahead and archived and put to bed our format for Go Figure News, which is still available here, so you can have a look at the articles and information and toys that we discovered over the last 3 years. At the time, I went ahead and created a collective of people who were specifically creating only resin-based toys. Now, I did that because I feel that the resin world seems to be much further ahead of any other toy making format in terms of medium to progress the future of where toys can actually go to when they are DIY. So, as of this week, the folks that are part of the collective now officially own the Facebook page, so they can do with it what they choose. So take a look at them at facebook.com/resindetra. So if you're interested in what I'm doing in the upcoming future, you can tune in to my page right here, tjnorrisart.com. These are some of the most amazing Sofubis that you will find worldwide, and the company, of course, is awesome-toys.com. So, I highly recommend, if you're not aware or familiar with this particular maker, to get acquainted. Now, we, of course, did cover them a few times over the last year or so, including the amazing twins piece that I really enjoyed taking a close look at. But I want to show you, this is what they look like in the packaging with the header card. Very colorful, great design, strong and graphic. And just as you see here, the Mulan figure does have ejectable boobs. So, missile boobs, if you will. There are many different versions that I have seen of this particular figure. There is a painted second edition. There is a fleshy color second edition. There is a yellow, a violet, a black version. There's a glow-in-the-dark version that's got red, white, and blue and silver accents. There is the swimmy design lab version, a gray version, a fluorescent pink version, but this is, as far as I'm concerned, the classic version. Now this measures 10 inches tall. Well, after some fuss with the cellophane packaging, as you can see, they come through these clear bags with the header cards. I'm able to pop Mulan right out to have a closer look. As you can see, there is the central color, which is red, and then there are these silver accents with the eyes, the horns, the gloves, the torso, sort of Speedo, and then you've got these creamy, buttery yellow boots, which are an interesting and unusual contrast. It definitely has that retro quality that the company is most likely known for. This is what she looks like from the side. I like it. She's quite a space cadet. She's like from the futuristic island of Lesbos that doesn't exist yet. A military slash Viking slash Rocketeer sort of flavor. She kind of melts all these different worlds. Now let's check out to see what articulation there might be. Let's see if there's arm articulation. Voila. And the wrists don't, it's just the arms and the legs. It stands up right just as is, so I don't fool around with the articulation on these because it's not really an action figure. It's really kind of a display toy. Generally, I don't take these out of the cellophane bags, so I'm only doing this, of course, to demo the figure for you. Now, let's check out these missile boobs. Now, I'm not exactly sure, there's no apparatus in the back to make them shoot from the body, which seems a little anatomically wrong. But let's see, do they turn? Oh, that's what happens. You turn them slightly and it just pops out. So here you have the 1 and 2 anatomical incorrect missile boobs. That's what we're talking about. This is definitely what I would consider a strange anomaly among figures, and I personally have not ever seen one that does this in person. I've seen these online. There are different, in our age of feminism, etc., touching on the female figure is a very touchy subject, as you know, but not just for the hell of it, but for the sort of history of it and the reality of it. So anyway, they pop right in and out. This is Mulan in all her glory. Her lips, actually, there is a little bit of pink paint on the lips, and the eyes are silver. So that is what you get with Mulan. I think this is a very cool figure. You can see the hair is just all like one shape sculpt with the head. It's almost like a headdress, headscarf sort of experience here. But it's all the same color as the torso, so it all blends in to become a solid figure. So that's Mulan. Now here is Mr. T-Bone. Now before I pop him out of the bag, I do want to point out on the other figure there wasn't a notation, but here, this is Johnny Ryan has done the artwork for this. So I want to give you a second look at that. I just love this sort of weird sort of kids TV program popping text. It's quite cool. Anyway, we're going to take Mr. T-Bone out here. Of course, this is an amalgamation of the classic 80s wrestling character that came up against Rocky Balboa in the films. He was sort of a cultural phenomenon unto himself in the A-Team and all sorts of other TV programs and movies, and he still does to this day, commercials, etc., etc. So here you have Mr. T-Bone, face front. The head does, in fact, articulate all the way around. He is 9 inches tall, and the neck is the only thing that moves on this figure. He is generally priced somewhere around $120. This body style is called Jin Minkin. So this is a classic traditional dog style that they've fused together. Mr. T's head, as you can see, he has a little golden earring over here. And instead of his traditional gold necklaces, he's got a gold collar, and he comes with a sort of almost superhero-like styled shirt in this electric blue and a sort of kind of rust maroon sort of coloration. I think they've gotten his face really nicely, and the mohawk and the cool mung chops on the side and the beard, and the brown color has got a sort of a middle of the road sort of between glossy and matte. So this kind of like this really nice almost flat gloss to the figure. This particular figure is based on the A-Team. So I'm going to show you the bottom of Mr. T-Bone. It says awesome toy and then the same in Japanese right on the bottom. I'm not sure if you can see that in the light here, but I'm going to try to give you a viewing. And then around the paws, right here you have gold bands, which I think is cool. The color, if you can see here, the body here is like a kind of a nice warm chocolate brown color, as opposed to this, which comes out more of a rust maroon. And I'm glad they didn't just make this into the same color here, because it really makes the figure pop. And it also gives you the feel that the figure itself has really had a handmade touch. His lips have a touch of pink, and they've painted in his eyes, as well as his teeth which I think is a cool additional touch. He's kind of strange looking in the face, but I like that about it. It kind of gives you kind of a serious cartoon of a cartoonish kind of character in the American idiom, done in a Japanese style. So there's like a few iterations of culturalism that is built into making this figure. I really like it. I like it a lot. It almost looks like, like a bookend, classic bookend or a sphinx. I'm sure they're playing on a few of those cultural qualities in having brought this to the market, because I think it is quite hysterical. Awesome Toys is quite awesome. We are always thrilled about what they have brought to the entire toy conversation. Remember, it's awesometoy.com. Visit them now, visit them later, visit them into the future. This has been TJ for Raison d'Etre. Remember to subscribe, and we'll see you next time right here. Peace out.